If you are a veteran or a first-time homebuyer, I have some really great news for you today. The state of Florida has allocated another $100 million to the Hometowns Heroes program, which is a program that is designed to help first-time homebuyers and veterans get into a home. It's assisting with down payment. It's assisting with a lot of things. And like I said, there's $100 million added to the program, which is really great news. These $100 million will become available on July 1st, but if you want to take advantage, you should probably start thinking about how you're going to do that already now, because these programs are extremely popular and run out of money sometimes very fast. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of things, I would like to add a little disclaimer. My name is Bent Danholm, and I'm a real estate broker here in Central Florida. I know a lot about buying and selling houses. I have helped numerous people buying or selling here in Central Florida and beyond, but I am not a mortgage broker or financial advisor. So whatever I'm going to tell you now will be for informational purposes only. If you are looking to take advantage of this program, I would strongly encourage you to speak with a mortgage advisor about how this can work for you. And I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction and refer you to somebody who knows a lot more about the details and how you specifically can benefit from this program. But let's get into it. What is this Hometown Heroes program? Well, it's a program that's put into place to help first-time homebuyers and veterans getting easier access to homeownership. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about who qualifies for the program. And that will be quite a lot of people that will qualify for this. You're only required to have a credit score of 640 or better to qualify for this program. So 640 is not an extremely high credit score to qualify for any loan program. You also must not earn more than $144,750. That's a very specific amount, $144,750 if you live in Orange, Osceola, Seminole, or Lake counties. The reason for that is that they want to make this available to people who are not so rich, or I guess is the term we could use, that they don't really need assistance with getting into their first home. But I mean, $144,750, that's quite a lot of money. So a lot of people will be qualifying this time around. They also put a cap on the loan limit. If you need to borrow more than $766,550, also a very specific amount. If you live or plan to live in Orange, Osceola, Seminole, or Lake County, then you're not qualified for the program. The loan must be lower than that. And since this is aimed to help people getting into primarily their first home, you must be a first-time home buyer. But the way that the program defines a first-time home buyer is somebody who has not owned a home in the last 3 years. So if you owned your last home 4 years or more ago, or like I was talking to someone earlier today, he last owned a home just before the financial crisis, he would definitely, on that basis, qualify for this program as a first-time home buyer. If you are a veteran, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. Any veteran can qualify for this program as long as they qualify under the other terms. I mean, the maximum income of $144,750 and don't need to borrow more than $766,550. There's also another criteria you have to meet. That is, you cannot have a debt to income ratio of more than 50%. But that is actually quite high. I mean, as I said before, I'm not a mortgage lender or mortgage broker, but this is my understanding that it's quite normal that the debt to income ratio cannot be more than 30 to 40% in many cases. So this actually opens it up to a lot more people to get access to this. And finally, you must work or plan to work full-time in the state of Florida. This is aimed at helping people living or wanting to live in Florida, not somebody who wants to live in another state. This is Florida taxpayers' money that's funding this. So this makes a lot of sense that you have to work full-time in Florida. You can be self-employed. You just have to verify that you have your work full-time in the state of Florida in your own business. So Now that we got that out of the way, we know who can qualify. You have to be a first-time home buyer, i.e. somebody who has not owned a home in the last 3 years, or a veteran. You cannot make more than 144,750 in the 4 counties I mentioned before. It's a little bit different in other counties. If you want to know what the limits are in other counties, I'm more than happy to help you. I have a whole list here of every single county and the loan limits and the income limits and all that good stuff. And like I said, you cannot borrow more than $766,550 under this program. But what does it get you? Well, it's actually fairly simple and it's really good. The basics of the program is that if you want a conventional loan, you can get away with as little as 3% down. If you're going for FHA, it's 3.5%. That's the minimum down payment. Those limits are also available to people who don't go for the Hometown Heroes program, but that's not unusual. But they could have set the limits higher. For instance, if you're a veteran and you are qualified for VA loans, you don't have to put anything down. And now for the really good stuff. You can get a 5% of your loan amount towards your down payment and closing costs, up to a maximum of $35,000. So if you're borrowing $300,000, you can get $15,000 towards down payment and closing cost. If you're buying a home under $200,000, you get a minimum of $10,000. So they really want to help people getting into their first home. The aid you're getting is a second loan with a 0% interest and with no payment. And you don't have to pay the loan off unless you decide to sell your home or your home is no longer your primary residence. So if you stay in your home for 10 years and you decide to sell your home, you will pay back whatever aid you got today. So if you got $15,000 on that $300,000 mortgage we were talking about before, you would have to pay the $15,000 back. There'll be no fees, no interest, no nothing. It's just the money back. So you're getting an interest-free and payment-free loan for however long you want to stay in the house. You're also getting the benefit of a lower than market interest rate. I don't know exactly how much lower because it depends on different loans, but that's where the loan officer or your mortgage advisor will come into place. Those people will be able to tell you exactly how much lower your interest rate can be if you utilize this program. If you have a conventional loan, you go for a conventional loan, you will get a discounted private mortgage insurance rate. Because as you may know, if you have a conventional loan and you put less than 20% down, you will usually have to pay private mortgage insurance on top of your loan. So that if you do that, you will get a reduced premium on that private mortgage insurance premium. You're also getting lower closing costs with this program. As a buyer, you will not have to pay any doc stamps on your mortgage, and you will not have to pay any intangible taxes. So this really is a great program for anybody who is either a veteran or a first-time home buyer. And like I said before, as a first-time home buyer, all it has to take is that you haven't owned your own home for the last 3 years. So if you had a home 4 years, 5 years, or 6 years ago, you're still a first-time home buyer according to this program. So my opinion is this is a really, really great program, and I would encourage you to talk to a mortgage advisor. If you don't have one, like I said, I'm more than willing to refer you to one. All my contact details will be in the description of this video, so you can text me, call me, email me, or you can just send me a private message here on Facebook. I will be more than happy to help you, point you in the right direction to talk to somebody who can give you the exact information that you need for your personal situation. So before we go, let's just get one last review. So if you are a first-time homebuyer or a veteran making $144,750 or less and do not want to borrow more than $766,550, very specific amounts, you may qualify for this program. And what this program gives you is a lower interest rate, lower closing costs, a help towards your down payment and closing costs. So really a great opportunity if you have been thinking about owning your home for the first time, or if you're a VA thinking about buying a new home, this would really be helpful for you. So get in touch if you want to know more. I'm happy to point you in the right direction for somebody who can help you with your specific situation. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.